Okay, do you see that? Talk about deja vu. Why did they put it there and not on my door? I don't know. My door's open, but look at this. And didn't I just have a dream about somebody coming and put this right on my door? Holy shit, man. And then I go to get the camera and the phone rings once. I pick it up and nobody's there. Okay. So anyway, this is a notice of construction. Now, remember what I said about my neighbor with her backyard and with what's going on with the water. You can hear what's going on over there. You can hear what's going on over there. Okay, I'm just saying. You can see what's going on the streets. The big ass trucks are running up and down as usual. Okay, you hear this, right? People leave war-torn countries for noise like this, but not in Canada. This is called progress. Okay, anyway, this is, okay, notification of construction. All right, this is to inform, where am I? There we go. This is to inform you that civil construction work for the project is scheduled to begin on October 14th of 2025, which is in a few days from now, 5 days from now. Yeah, 4 or 5 days from now. Okay, and is expected to take approximately 2 months to complete. The scope of the work includes excavation, right? Utility installation and upgrades along 132 Street and Ravine Road. Construction will take place within the bylaw regulated hours. Sure. That doesn't mean that this stuff doesn't stop, because it stops. It doesn't. So it's because of this right here. That's what's happening. This on the duplex. Okay, that's why they're doing this. So for 2 months, I guess they're going to be digging up the roads, which is probably going to make the water even worse. It's going to do something, people, because it's whatever they've been digging has already done something. But yeah, so my neighbor, I don't know, was saying something about the city of Surrey stopping new development projects like this, like that, because too many of these suites are empty. So they put a stop to it for a while. For how long? I don't know. To what degree? I don't know. But because nobody can afford them. Who's moving in? Immigrants. Immigrants that are being subsidized by the federal government, one way or another. That's who's moving in. With a few Canadians and a whole lot foreign investors that keep them empty and use them as tax write-offs or whatever the scheme is when it comes to these kind of buildings, which are being built all across the United States of America, sitting empty, and they're also being built all across Canada, with many of them sitting empty. Well, people are being flushed out of their houses by any means necessary. If it's not the city bylaws coming in, flushing the families out and disrupting them, and getting that cortisol going, and threats of this and threats of that, and evictions and yada yada. It's the social workers. If it's not the social workers, somebody gets sick, they end up in the healthcare system, they either go missing and then they disappear, never come home, right? So the house, if they're a homeowner, goes up for sale, just so that these property owners, property developers, right, those kind of people that do this stuff can get wealthier. That's just some heebie-jeebie shit. Okay. What was I going to say? Oh, Lord, I forgot. I was going to say something. something to do with this construction. Oh yeah, the guys that are running the show next door, 2 doors down with the duplex, the quote-unquote property developers, are the ones that called me white trash. That one dude. Yeah. Yeah. Because he owned the property, and he was the property developer, and him and his buddies, and his dad. People like that, right? His group. Because they come in as a group. Yeah. Called me white trash. Said I deserve to be punished for the sins of my forefathers. Yeah, and that's why there's no remorse when they're kicking people out onto the streets as they do what they do, right? Okay, I just wanted to highlight on that. Okay, so we're going to talk about jars here in a minute. Do you see what's going on here on my teeny weeny little counter? That seems to be a problem. Okay, now we're in here. You can see the jars everywhere, right? So anyway, these social workers, you need to clean. Yeah, okay, I'm cleaning all the time, people. That's all I do. Okay? I don't like the wash machine in my kitchen because I wash so much, right? That, I don't know, it puts moisture in the air. And I find that, well, mind you, it's gritty all over this house. There's a grit that comes in from outside, or I don't know where it's coming from. It comes from these cement trucks that are outside grinding, and the dump trucks, and just whatever. But with the wash machine putting the moisture in the air, I find the kitchen area, and maybe pressure canning too, because, you know, that puts up a lot of steam, at least for the first initial stages of pressure canning, because you have to vent for 10 minutes. So you got a lot of steam. Or if I may be cooking, like, stewing broths and stuff, moisture evaporates into the air. I find that, you know, there's certain parts of my kitchen, I have to wash everything. Like, I have to wash everything every 6 months, 5 months, because it accumulates on things. So I like to cover stuff up, right? So anyway, in this cupboard, I opened it up, and I smelt something, and I wasn't sure if it was like a dead, I suppose, mouse, right? Or maybe I had a canning jar in here that popped, right? Because, you know, sometimes just miscellaneous put away, right? Out of sight, out of mind. Anyway, we got into the bottom here. I pulled everything out. I've wiped everything down. The only thing that was living in here, from what I could tell, was this little black spider about the size of my baby fingernail. Andre caught it and released it outside in the leaves. He took it down. I said, "Oh, just throw it over there." No, I'm taking it down. I'm going to release it into the bush. I said, "Okay, Andre. Yeah, it's not the spider's fault." So he caught the spider. It had laid eggs. Right? There was two of them. Anyway, they're gone. And there was this little black things on the bottom. And I'm like, "Andre, what is that? What is that?" He's looking. "Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's, mouse or rat droppings." And I said, "I don't know. I don't think that's what that is." So he looks a little more. Oh, he goes, "That's flies." I said, "Flies? They were big-ass flies. Why would there be flies in there? Other than maybe something in this shelf." So I got to pull out all this shelf. But this is why you want to use jars. I'm telling you. If you're not using jars, you want to use mylar bags and buckets. Okay? You know what this is? You crank it, and you can make butter. It's to make butter. That's what that is. Oh. That's in case the hydro goes down. And then I have a little butter dish here after you make it. Where is it? It's right here. Now I'm just wondering if there's something inside of it. I don't think there is. No. This is after you make your butter. That's when I bought my Ohio crock pots in those days. But after you make your butter, you put it in this. I guess. Anyway, that's a butter dish. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So anyway, I wiped it all down now because I have a problem with spiders in the house. They're like within the last year, all of a sudden, I got spider webs everywhere. Yeah. I never had that problem, really. I mean, I've always had spiders. That's a given. But not to the degree that I have them now. Okay, I gotta go get a rag and just wipe this, I think. I'm feeling something in here. What am I feeling? No, I just sprayed it down with, what is that called? Because I tried water. I have water with tea tree oil when I was downstairs trying to deal with that mildew. And this one's, mildew remover. It's got 3 teaspoons of tea tree oil in it and 1 teaspoon of peppermint oil. Okay. It would, I don't know, whatever that is in terms of water. Maybe 2 cups of water, right? So I'm using that after I wipe things down. But this still feels kind of damp. So technically, before I do anything, because I sprayed it all in there and then I just... So before I put everything back, technically, or at least keep it away from the... you don't want it to sweat, right? So you want to make sure it's nice and dry before you put everything back. Well, what do we got? I don't know. What is this? Beet sprouts. Beet sprouts. I'm gonna start sprouting things again. It's not like the good old days. Not like I can see it like I used to see it. Cream cheese. Now, technically, no smells should come from this because it's in a jar, but it's not completely sealed. So, you want to know what was smelling. I don't think it was a few flies. I don't think so. I mean, there's nothing fancy in here in terms of, this is chicken broth. Okay. So this gives me a chance just to touch base on everything that I've got here, right? Oh my God. I hate that when I don't put labels on things. Every now and then, what do you think's in there? I don't know. I can't see it. Well, whatever it is, it's green. It smells green. Veggie spice. This is good. So, you want to keep these things out, right? But I want to know what was smelling in here. It smelled like either an animal decomposing, like a mouse or something like that. Or maybe I'm thinking a jar popped and I'm just chicken broth. Okay, I think we said that already, right? I have chicken gravy here, so I want to bring that one out. I'll leave that one there. What's this one? Fermented black beans. Not coming from that. That's fine. This is, I don't know, something green. Oh, here we go. Sage 2013, which it would be fine. I bet you if I opened it, it smelled like sage. And didn't we just need sage when we were making our turkey stuff? Yeah. Now I got sage growing all over my yard, but I'm pretty sure this is fine. I don't want to open it right now though, but I'm going to. Tastes like sage. It just doesn't have that strong bite like maybe it used to had when it was first fresh. But the longer it sits in your mouth, that's sage. Yeah. Anyway, I'll be back. It's funny how they call boxes of food. Like I have boxes with like jars in them and stuff because I'm in the transitional stage here, right, people? You know, boxes of books stacked up, whatever. You know, I had the bags from Walmart ready to, I know, right, to cut to make the paper for the cast irons for the sourdough. You know, cans of soup, right? Amari's Pediasure drinks stacked up, a bag of potatoes. You know, maybe a box of jars or miscellaneous. Okay, it's interesting how they consider that to be unclean and that you need to clean up things. Like that's, you got to be careful with the words that these people use when they want to do what they want to do to you. This is cleaning. What I'm doing right now, this is what you call cleaning. I could have just simply ignored it and kept on going. And be like that with everything in the house. Amari's got a poo. That's what's going on there. And I don't, because when I come across this kind of stuff, you know, I backtrack and
He's just trying to poo, by the way.
yeah, thank you. You know, like it's insulting. It's completely fucking insulting. I need to clean up the food. Okay. So I put the soup can, I put the boxes of soup outside. They sat out there for about 5 days, and then I brought them in. And now I got them in my bedroom for now. For now. When technically they should be downstairs, but whatever. Definitely not outside. I'm just using that as an example, right? You know, I got my records there. I guess I should get rid of them because, you know, it's uncleanly to have a stack of records right there. Whatever. No. It's not that cut and dry. If I was an uncleanly person, do you honestly think I'd have all this shit in jars and then take the time to wipe them all down and get in there and do whatever you need to, and now that I'm doing, because I haven't touched this for a long time, right? I will continue to work on this throughout the week, one shelf at a time. As a matter of fact, I need to write down on what's on what side. Like this side here, on this side, I keep a lot of the salts. I have different salts and stuff. I don't know what that is. I just wish I could see better. Ugh, there's a label, but I can't read it. And gelatins. This is a gelatin. I know this is a gelatin. I remember buying it. And I'm telling you, if you put things in a jar Yeah, Baja, Celtic sea salt. Very expensive salt, but very high in minerals and that type of thing. Better than Himalayan salt. Much better. Yeah. Much better. When I was writing these labels, Royal Command 2021 gelatin powder. That's what that other one is. So, you know, to enhance Amari's food if I want to. What's this one? Chicken soup base. Himalayan pink salt. Yeah. Pink salt, rock salt. Doesn't matter, just put it like that. Baja salt. Oh my lord, can't see. Organic cumin seeds now, because I'm getting into making the deli meats and stuff. I need to get my spices and this kind of stuff in order. This one's organic. So we're gonna put them on a different, we'll just, since I'm doing, right, I might as well get ready, make a section just for, you know, the deli meats. Yeah. Okay. Mild curry powder. So I guess you put it with the spices or something, I don't know. And of course nothing here outside of, I don't know what it is. Nothing on there, so let's open it up and see. Oh yeah, sure. Oh, here we go. Smells okay. Well, it's either a millet. I can't see it. It's either a millet. I don't think it's amaranth. I should leave that out for Amari when I make his meals. Now this is old. Very, very old. After I clean my oven, I'll get on. I think it's a cookie mix or something. I'm not sure what this, or maybe it's beans or something. I don't know what this is. I just know it's been sitting in this jar forever. And because it's in a jar, it will be fine. I don't know what it is. I can't even read the label. I'm not sure what this is. Maybe it's like a... I don't know. I've never opened it. I've never opened it. Anyway. Well, we'll figure that out later. What's this? Ginger, 2015. Do you think that would still be good? I do. I do. First of all, it's sealed. Oh my god. Oh, here we go. Clearly spiders have been running on it. I can feel it. You know how spiders are. So what we should do is clean up the rim. I don't think it's bad on the inside. Oh, you heard the vacuum seal. Oh my god, it smells like ginger. And yes, ginger has strings. Oh boy. That is definitely ginger. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, it's, oh. I need to use this to make ginger tea. Oh, it's making my nose run already. Do you know this ginger is stronger than the stuff you buy in the stores these days? Oh my God. You definitely don't want to throw this out. Change the lid. But you don't want to throw it out. Oh my God. Oh, it's good though. You use this, you grind it up into a powder, and you use it with either, well, you can either use it for tea, you could put it in, what is that, like a meatloaf, you could cook it with, oh, look at, I'm starting to cry. Did you see that? You could put in a couple pinches of it, a teaspoon, with a bunch of chickpeas. As a matter of fact, I'll maybe do that. So we want to keep that jar out. Oh man. Don't be too quick to throw out shit until you know. Like, you know, especially with the way times are coming. You know, that's the one thing about dying. When I die, I don't have to worry about people being foolish when they get into this stuff and just start chucking it out because they seem to think they're so fucking intelligent. And because it said 2015, oh God forbid if that would be good anymore. It's old. It's yeah, right. Old is better sometimes. I can tell you, this definitely has a bite. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's good. It tastes like ginger. It was quality ginger, whatever I did, because I did that. Oh my God. I shredded it. I dehydrated it. I dried it up. Just in case. I don't use it for amari. I bought it, but I'm always afraid to use it. And I have another jar, or maybe that's the jar. I don't know. I'm just going to put it in there, though. We have it. It's a natural laxative, right? And because it's in a jar. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ooh. Oh boy. Let's do its job. Now you see, I should be drinking that every day with some honey or something. And that is some seriously good ginger. Seriously. Yeah. Because, you know, I don't know. Maybe I bought it at that Punjabi store that I like to go to. Yeah. Because that's 2015. Now, technically, I should be vacuum sealing it. But I'm going to use it because I like that luncheon meat. What we didn't eat, I took those slices and I put them in between, just temporarily, in between, what is that called? Tinfoil, and just froze them in the fridge, in the freezer. I told Andre, you know, it's simple. You just take out a few slices and mash up some potatoes and get a slice of bread, and you know, you warm up your meat after it unthaws. Just put it in a frying pan, warm it up real fast, and put it on top of a piece of bread and mashed potatoes, and open up a can of something, and peas or corn, or make a little bit of gravy, and you're good to go. Good to go. Okay, so because we want the sage, okay? It's still good, I'm telling you people. And when was that? 2013. All right, I'm keeping it, and I'm definitely keeping that ginger. So we're going to do that side. That was 2015 for the ginger. So we're going to do on the left-hand side, and I need to write and put on the door what's there, right? And we'll put the chicken broth in the middle. And we'll do chicken broth in the middle. This is chicken soup base. Okay. I have those all over the place too, right? I don't know what this is. God, I wish I could see. Like the good old days. What's this one? Mild curry. Well, you know, you could put mild curry in a luncheon meat, so we'll just put it over on that side. Okay. Because I got to get this out of here, because I got to, you know, hide the dirty secret all the time, you know what I'm saying? This is something green, so I'm not going to worry about it, so I'm just going to put it there. I suppose I could taste it. No, I don't want to, because I just went, you know, the ginger really was good ginger. Veggie spice, we'll put it on that side.
Make them okay there, sure.
Okay, yeah. And then beet sprouts. So sprouts I should have in its own little section, because you can do mung beans, moth beans. You can do any kind of lentil you can, providing that it's a whole lentil. Providing it's a whole lentil. Obviously split lentils don't sprout, but whole lentils do. Anything but a kidney bean. Any type of kidney bean you can't do, right? So you can't do, I don't think you can do cantatelli bean. Okay.
You get the spider eggs?
I cleaned that up already. But you saved a spider's life today. He took that spider outside. I'm so proud of you. That's good karma for you. The spider said, thank you for saving my life. Yeah. It's a simple act, you know, but it's not the spider's fault. It was doing its job. I just don't want it in there. With a whole bunch more. It had 2 sacks of eggs going in there, so that would have been a whole lot of spiders. Cumin, so we'll put cumin on that side. What do you call it? What was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. I was saying something. I don't know what I was saying. Okay, so let's just put this stuff away as best as we can. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, what is this? Oh my God. Turnips. 2015. Obviously they settled. Now the reason it would do that would be because of the sugar content in it. Like a beet. Look at that. And this one was when? 2015. These are turnips. You can hear it. Sounds pretty good. Smells like turnip. They're small. If you open it and it smelled like mold, obviously don't eat it. Right? If you can tell there's mildew, like, which is the first, not that white stuff I was telling you about that can collect on the jar that kind of comes off the food, but it's not a mildew. Mildew is different. Yeah. It tastes like a turnip. So this is good. I could put this in with my luncheon meats if I wanted to, or soup. So we're going to put it over there as a spice on that side. Use it, I don't know, for something. Oh, Marty. That's candy. That doesn't really belong down there, but... Okay, what's this one? Veggie salt, so I just put it on this side. I like that salt. And that's the cookies. I don't know if that's, I think that's cookie something. I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, here we go. I knew there was more. Some back here. Something in a jar. Sit him up so he doesn't start puking. Okay. What is it? What do you think it is? I don't know what it is. No labels. Oh wait, no label. Smells kind of, oh, I think it's a rosemary. That's a rosemary. Oh. Yep. That's a rosemary. So we'll just put you in there for now. I can throw that in with the other rosemary another day or whatever. What's this? Oh my God, why do I do that? Oh, here we go. Chicken soup stock. Okay, that goes in the middle. All right. There should be more than this. I don't know about that. Now that looks suspicious. That looks suspicious from what I can tell. What do you think? Andre, I need your eyes. Andre, I need your eyes. I need your eyes. Andre, I need your eyes.
What?
I need your eyes. I don't like the way that looks. What does that look like to you?
I don't know.
Well, tell me what you see.
I don't know.
You have to learn to, don't open it, just look inside and look underneath it. Tell me what you think you tell. Okay.
Still don't know. There's spider webs in there though.
There's what?
Spider webs.
There's spider webs in it?
Yeah.
Okay, so whatever it is, had a party. Okay? So that's another reason why you want to jar up your shit. So this is going outside, and it'll be empty outside. Don't even open it, okay? If there, it's not spider webs, it's a moth that got in there, or something, and it breeded. Something is wrong with it. All right. Oh, maybe that's what I'm smelling. Yeah, I think that's what I was smelling. There we go. That could be the culprit. That's what attracted the flies in there. I don't necessarily like those jars. I'll show you the jar. Now, it could be whatever was put in the jar. Right? Was compromised. I don't even know what it is. It could be the seal, the ring, the rubber ring was old or something, right? They don't last forever. I'm just saying, okay? So, or, I mean, clearly, I think that's what I'm smelling, because when I put my nose to it, I don't want to do it. Yeah. So I don't know what the hell that is, but it's going outside. So there you go. Mystery solved. And that's what attracted the flies. And, of course, the spider took care of the flies. Because they were all dead. So, but I'm going to continue going up all the way now that I've done the bottom shelf. And I'm just going to reorganize. And I'm going to label, because, you know, contrary to popular belief right now, I do plan on cooking more now that I don't have to. Well, I never had to do the things I did before, but now that I don't have to do that stuff anymore, like I said, I can get my grocery shop down $200, maybe less. If I want to splurge, $400 in a month, depending on what I'm buying. Yeah, depending on what I'm buying. And I don't like to buy that much anymore these days. I think this is green onions when I was growing onions in my little grow room, from what I can see. So we'll just put them on the spice side, I suppose. I wish I knew what this was, but I can't read it. That's the problem with that. I need a magnifying glass. It has something inside of it, but I can't see it these days now. I need stronger glasses or a magnifying glass. Yeah, I can't see that. I have no clue. Alright, well, what is it? Oh, maybe that's noodles. That's macaroni. That's like for soups. So we'll put it with the soup thing. Those are like little noodles or something. Pasta. That's another thing that doesn't go bad. Pasta doesn't go bad as long as it doesn't get wet. Oh my God. I gotta take him out to the doctor. Great. Isn't that just grand? Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna put that there. For whatever reason, I seem to... What's this?
You sure you want to take him out to the doctor?
Yes, I have to. I don't want to cancel that appointment. It's pissing pouring rain outside.
So you should just take him?
No. I told you I'm under scrutiny. I'm under scrutiny. I think this is a chicken gelatin or something, so we'll just put that on that side. Butter maker. Where was this butter maker? It doesn't. Oh, butter maker was there. Okay. Oh my God. Andre can figure that one out later. Okay. What else we got here? Yeah. What is this? Clearly some kind of spice or something. Normally when I put them in these kind of bottles, it's like a spice. I don't know what that is. Try and put labels on your stuff. It's not sealed. So, there we go. I'll just put it in my... What is it? Oh, those are just lentils or something. Some kind of lentil. So we'll just put it with the soups. Yeah, that's a lentil. It's good. It tastes good. Oh, here's some more. Very expensive gelatin. Like a collagen gelatin, like it's like I don't know, beef collagen or something like that. They say you have to be careful when you're using it with children. And when I bought it at the time, Amari was a little too young. So I never really used it. Gelatin powder 2021. It's not going to go bad. So now that he's a little older, I suppose I can start cooking with it more. Right. I suppose. Now that we are, what is this? I like this. But my shaker went missing. Don't ask me how that happened. Chicken gravy. So we'll keep that close by. You can use that with your turkey meat. Yeah. Okay. Alright. So what else we got here? I think that's pretty much it. For now. The only thing I don't like about this is, when you're doing stuff, right, you have to pull things out, and, go looking for it or whatever, but when you're not distracted with other things and you've got more time to quote-unquote cook, like, really cook, like get into casseroles, and, make oatmeal raisin cookies and like homemade and date squares and just whatever you're gonna do, right? Pierogies, just whatever. Then you'll have more time. But when you're basically doing everything by yourself, like I've been doing all these years, there's only so many hours in a day. And this house is not an easy house to live in. Because it's old. So you are always backtracking on things. In other words, I found what I was smelling clearly, because it's right there. And I cleaned the first shelf, but now that I've started to clean the shelves, because I haven't been in here for quite a few years, well, quite a while, in terms of taking everything out, wiping all the jars down, wiping the cupboards, obviously there's going to be spider webs in there. Spiders coming fast, though. The spiders come as fast as I wipe the webs, the spiders are back. So I've started to use, I did tea tree oil. You just got to be careful, because if you got jars with lids, with the metal lids and stuff like that, and you start spraying this kind of stuff on it, and you don't want the oil, the tea tree oil or whatever, you vinegar or whatever, you don't want it eating your lids, because once your lids start to rust, especially if they're home canned goods, they'll eat through the lid, and if it's a home canned good, once the air gets into the jar, that's it, it's no good no more, right? Because it's been compromised. So, you gotta watch what you do. Okay, so shelf number 1, and then we got the second shelf, and then we got all that in there. Put that back there. Alright, well, that was better than a mouse, that's for sure. Okay, what is it now? Where's my finger?
It's the 10th.
Yeah, October 11th, 2025. Now, it's $9.62. They keep taking money away. Yeah, it was over $11. It was $10, went back to over less than $9. Then it went up to 11. And then now it's back down to 9.62. Broken by debt. The true cost of living in Canada. I live in a very high debt load. I have a very high debt load. And we've got strangers telling us to get rid of our stuff. So that Andre can grow up to be financially illiterate. Yeah.
Going to go to the bathroom.
By robbed opportunities. Yeah. There's only one way to learn how to manage money. Not sell things. Or at least try to sell things. Right? I'm just saying. That's messed up. I never thought about that. What these social workers are doing is just burying me deeper and deeper into debt. Because they're taking away opportunities where we can maybe work on selling off a few things, and maybe I can pay down some of that debt that I have. You know, it costs money to live in a house, right? You know, especially when you're having to do things that technically you're not supposed to, and I've been doing that for years because of this yard, in terms of paying for things, to keep up with the yard, yada-de-ya-ya. And even then, I was robbed of my belongings, and now I might have to go use my credit card again to go buy more, wood again. Oh yeah, yeah. And now they're going for the inside, the government workers. Yeah. I just wanted to point that out. I have this video in my last video in the description box. So whether I put this video in this video description box remains to be seen. Either or. Yeah. Yeah. Never thought about that. My son a long time ago asked me, why could you never buy a house, Mom? What stopped you from buying a house? Well, for me it was the government. Now, whatever happened to me under that manufactured poverty is happening to millions of people in Canada. It's beyond tens of thousands. We're into the millions, tens of millions. There's only something like 42 million people in Canada, something like that. It used to be 36 10 years ago, but then they brought in all the immigrants, and they give all the immigrants the kickbacks. Yeah, and a lot of these immigrants are coming in with money, right? That's why the country lets them in. Well, just everyday Canadians, doesn't matter whether they're working or not, unless of course maybe they're doing something real sleazy, you know, committing crimes and shit like that, right? You either gotta be sleazy or you gotta be a criminal in order to get ahead in Canada. Yeah, or maybe a government worker, they get ahead in Canada. Yeah, but they do sleazy things, right? They hurt and injure and harm people. Oh yeah, we know that with what happened to Shimei and Sierra, Uncle John, Mari, healthcare workers, just so on and so on. Look at the time. 4:39 a.m. in the morning. And who do you hear in the background? Oh, yeah. What are you doing?
Just chilling.
And he's laughing. He's gearing up. He's getting ready to play for the next 3 hours. Yeah. You're gonna get loud. Won't be long before he's singing at the top of his lungs. That water is boiling.
Okay.
Andre is up. I was sleeping. Amari was sleeping. I woke up, and soon after I woke up, Amari woke up. And you need to get to sleep. You got a big day tomorrow. But normally Andre's sleeping, and I'm up with Amari. What's that?
We've been gone like most of the day.
Yeah, and you haven't even went to sleep yet.
No, I took a nap.
Oh, you took a nap?
Yeah. Like a 2-hour nap.
This is normally Andre sleeping, and Amari's bouncing around, and I'm up. But I'm so dragged out with mental trauma. Yeah, and now I'm thinking about my debt load. And how it's being micromanaged to stay that way, so that, you know, not only do I get bankrupt there, but I also get bankrupt in the house too with my belongings, right? Can you get me a bit of water, please? Here, take this cup. I'm feeling a little dehydrated right now. Just rinse it out and bring me some more water. Thank you. Yeah, being micromanaged into you will own nothing and you will be depressed. Okay, let's listen to this.
Generation has the most debt? Well, in Canada, it's millennials. They've just overtaken baby boomers for the first time. Millennials make up 38% of all the debt in Canada. Unfortunately, millennials have $911 billion in debt. So when you think about that number, it's no surprise that 35% of millennials can't afford to pay their rent next month either.
Well, you can put me on that list, because you know it's inching towards that direction.
Of course, the housing crisis doesn't help. But
Well, who cares about that? Because that's not what's important here, right? That's just something government workers like to ignore.
as anyone who's left the house today knows, Canada isn't just unaffordable for millennials. It's unaffordable for everyone.
Oh, as if anyone cares. No, because it's a smash and grab society. Steal and take what you can where you can take it. To compensate for what you can't get somewhere else. Because it seems to be going in that direction. If you look at what's been happening to me, you think I'm the only person going through this crap.
And 63% of...
And it doesn't end, because it goes from one to the other, to the other, to the other. First it was my son with his wife. Then it was the city of Surrey with my landlord with the yard. Then it was the smash and grab Rhea that came into the house and walked off with $8,000, $10,000 worth of stuff. And now we got the social workers in here with their smash and grab tactics, doing it under the cover of legislation. Yeah. It's all the same.
Canadians say they don't expect to make more money in the next 6 months.
Well, how can you? You're not allowed to make money in Canada. Anytime you get close to making money, even on YouTube, they take it away from you. They take the opportunity away from you. They prevent you from actually trying to even get anywhere close to making money. And when you do make the money, they find a way to take it away from you. And if they don't do that, they come in and they take your shit away from you. Yeah, people don't want you to have shit no more. And forget about, respect the elderly. My neighbor is 75 years old being tossed out into the street as soon as that house is going to be demolished for some building that nobody can afford to move into once they build it. Okay, she's 75, right? There's no nothing. And look what happened to Uncle John, medically kidnapped, stuffed into an old folks home and forgotten about, and left there to die as his money was robbed from him. Look what happened to Joan. She went into long-term care, and within a year she was dead because they cut off the freaking IV. the water, the IV drip, they cut it off at the fucking IV. They deprived her of water and she died because they wanted the bad people. Look what they're doing to me. And I mean, I'm not even that old. I'm 63, but for crying out loud, look how they're treating me.
Months. Not only does this make me concerned for millennials, this also makes me worried for what the future looks like for us Gen Zers. It's starting to feel like the only way we'll be living in houses will be in people's basement suite.
And that's assuming that there's any houses to live in, unless, of course, you're in a Punjabi community, living in a monster house, in a one room, as if you can own the monster house, right? What, are you going to get yourself a little closet, and go to some Muslim community and rent another closet? Go to a Chinese community and rent another closet? In terms of what kind of houses are going to be around. Any house that's an older bungalow of any sort is up for grabs, right? The people that own those houses are being medically kidnapped and have their houses put up for sale. And I talked about that in my videos, right? That people don't care about shit. All they care about is stealing and taking from other people as much as they can. That's pretty much what it boils down to. This little Rahu run with these social workers is just another smash and grab fucking Rhea situation. That's all it is. Matter of fact, they work with freaking Rhea. They probably learned how to do what they do because of Rhea. I'm just saying, birds of a feather freaking flock together.
Millennials, let us know how you're coping, and Gen Z, are you...
So, not only are they taking away the opportunity for Andre to learn how to sell things, start a business, yada yada yada, math, and to one degree or another in terms of, the percentages, just the whole 9 yards, they're also putting me further into debt, and it didn't even dawn on me. Now it's dawned on me.
worried for the future?
Being in debt is not just numbers, it's survival. When you're in 75K in debt and raising a child alone.
I'm probably, she's 75K in debt with raising one child. I'm probably at $50,000 in debt. Probably. All that money I gave my landlord for that shenanigan that happened in the yard should have went on Andre's teeth and my debt load. But it didn't. It went so I could be robbed by professional criminals that hide under legislation. Okay? And now it's happening again on the inside of the house. And these people, individuals, forget the fucking people part, okay? Because they're not normal. I don't care. Anybody that does this kind of stupid shit and think it's okay and call it a job is not freaking normal. All right? They've been altered. Something's happened to them. That's all I can say. Because, well, what do they hope to gain? Force me into a smaller place? And then blame me that I don't have the money to pay for a bigger place? With nothing in it? Oh, no. They're gonna bankrupt me here in the now. That's what they're doing. So that they can have a job. Yeah. And hide under legislation, which is a moot point when you take it to court and you call them on their shenanigans. Because the government itself is corrupt. And whatever working people are going through in terms of working people, well, this is just the extension of the welfare state, where, yeah, you go into debt and then they use the debt against you as they come in to liquidate your assets if you have any, even if it's just a book or a bolt of fabric. They don't want you to own it or even have the right to do anything with it because they don't follow the law, people. That's why. The city of Surrey just came in and wiped me out in the yard with my landlady running around raging like a freaking maniac, getting high off of it, right? And now I need wood and I don't have it. which means I have to use my credit card and go into further debt if I want to do any kind of repairs outside. Including porch repairs. Yeah. And now we've got social workers on the inside doing the same damn thing, and then expect Andre to do math. Yeah. But you took away the manipulatives for him to learn how to do math in a way that makes sense for him where he wants to do it. Now you gotta make it miserable. You gotta put him in that slave state. You gotta put him in that slave state where he's sitting at a desk and he's miserable as he's being picked on by the teachers, or maybe by the classmates, or maybe by the principal, so that he can't focus, so that you can have him grow up and become the next generation of what? Of what? It makes me ill.
And depending on government help, it feels like every day it's a negotiation with survival. You want to say yes to your kid, but most days you have to say no. No, we can't buy that. No, we don't have the money for that.
You know what? They don't give a rat's ass whether you have a house or not. They don't give a rat's ass if you're a good parent and you put your neck out so that there's a roof over your kid's house. That's not what they care about. Okay? They don't care if you got cupboards full of food, because they'll accuse you of not feeding the kids anyway. Okay? Anything to build a case, they will find a way to do it. Right? So if this lady thinks she's got problems now, wait, it's coming. Because it's coming all across Canada. Because it's the new freaking Congo.
Experts warn that if you're missing payments, don't wait to get help. Credit counseling from reputable nonprofits like Credit Canada can help you out before things spiral. Follow for more personal finance tips.
Now this is concerning. Nearly half of British Columbians are starting 2025 with just $200 or less away from financial insolvency. MMT just released their Consumer Debt Index, and you might want to take a walk after this. Nearly a third of the respondents say they are already insolvent, unable to cover their bills and debt obligations. And this number has increased 3 points compared to last quarter. Consequently, the percentage of British Columbians indicating they're $200 or less away from insolvency has sharply increased, jumping a whopping 9 points and reversing the improvements made last quarter. Another dip from last term is the amount of money left over at the end of the month. British Columbians now have an average of $996 in disposable income. And lastly, almost half believe they won't be able to cover all living expenses in the next 12 months without going further in debt. Can you resonate with the survey respondents? If you have any budgeting tips going into 2025, please share in the comments.
Boom, guess what? The Bank of Canada just announced that 60% of Canadians are about to get crushed by interest rates. Here's why investing in Mexico and...
Yeah, banks are increasing, credit card companies are increasing their interest rates. I've been noticing that.
Why I'm investing...
Well, you got social workers telling you to get rid of your stuff.
in Mexico is a way better choice. The Bank of Canada just admitted that 60% of Canadians will soon face soaring mortgage payments. Defaults about to skyrocket. Credit drying up fast. Job cuts, they're looming. This isn't fear-mongering.
Not for social workers. They're booming.
This is their own data. If you're a real estate investor in Canada, here's the problem. ROI is collapsing.
You want a job? Go be a social worker. Go out and destroy lives. And the government will reward you. Because you're speeding up that process. You will own nothing. And they will be depressed.
Rent control is killing cash flow. Property.
That's you, that is. You and anyone around you will be depressed.
Taxes and maintenance costs are eating up all your money. And banks, they're slamming the door on financing. Now let me show you what's happening just south of the border here in good old Mexico. In Mexico, short-term rentals are cash flowing like crazy. No capital gains tax under 250K USD for Americans. No rent controls, well, I guess it means USD for Canadians as well. No rent control, no stress, just ROI. And yes, you can legally own titled beachfront property.
Hell, you can't even own food in Canada. You can't own books in Canada. You can't own freaking fabric and pots and pans and jars and whatever, freaking silverware, who knows? Unless it's hidden away like a dirty secret. Yeah, and you're living in a monster home. Okay, I think that smash and grab Rhea scooped up on some of these things, because all this here is beef. I have no vegetables and only 3 chicken. What happened to the rest of them? Because she was on the bunk digging into my boxes, remember? Yeah. Grab a little here, smash it over there, and mix, and grab a bit more, and smash over there, and it's a smash and grab. You run from spot to spot to spot to spot, grabbing what you think that you can grab as fast as you can grab it, and you go for the most expensive stuff, or at least the stuff that you really want, because where's the chicken? Where's the vegetables? I didn't buy just a whole bunch of beef. I bought other ones as well. I was just wondering about that. Anyway, we got $100. They're at $5 each. $100 just right there. Yeah, but that's all beef. So now I feel like I need to go and buy more. More chicken and more vegetable and jar them up. I do. So in the meantime, oh wait, here's one. What's this one? Oh, it's a wonton. That would be very, very old. I don't even think you can buy these anymore. But it's fine. It's like that ginger. Only it's better if it's in a jar. Right? So how do you open this? Here we go. So now I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them in jars. Yep. The worst it's going to do is cake and compress. But I'm missing a whole bunch. And I found another bag of miscellaneous stuff in the bedroom that I guess she was throwing into a bag, was going to take it the next time she came by. Because that's where she threw the, what do you call those things? The Mr. Noodles. They were in the bedroom. There's a bag here with crap in it. Yeah. And people are crooked. Really, really crooked. They're so bad these days. Doesn't matter who they are, it seems, for the most part. Nope. Now this one, I don't know what the difference is on these. Now if you put them in a jar, they're going to last a long time. Don't let anyone fool you. Just hide it from the thieves. Yeah, it doesn't matter what kind of thief is walking through the door. Could be a professional thief or a wannabe professional thief. Yeah. The wannabe was the smash and grab Rhea, and the professionals are the social workers now. Coming in wanting me to get rid of my personal belongings. Yeah. As they're not factoring in anything that I've been saying. Like I said, they don't acknowledge the good in Andre. They don't praise him for being a good kid. Right? And being helpful and that kind of stuff. They don't care. There, full jar of, I can't see it. I don't know what the difference is between the two of them. Same product. This is beef, this is beef. But what the difference is, I don't know. Anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it takes 5 of those to make 1 full jar. So yeah, since going to the eye doctor, my eyes are hooped. Completely hooped, man. I can't focus on shit. Can barely see anything right now. It's hurting all the time. So I just went online, Canadian Superstore. I wouldn't even attempt to try and buy this from Walmart because, okay, it says beef. So 5 cans fill up 1 wide mouth jar. All my chickens are missing. And all my vegetables are missing, which tells me that smash and grab thief got a hold of some of them. Yeah. Because I had a whole lot of those. And hardly any beef, and then I bought some more beef just to top it off. But all my other ones are missing. So I went online. Currently, it looks like they dropped the price a little bit on them. They're $4.49 right now. There's some sort of PC point reward thing there, but it's not telling me how much. It just got 3 zeros. So if you spend $10, you get something back on your PC points, right? I figure probably $1, which would be fine for me. That makes it a little more worthwhile. And I'm getting 10 vegetable stock, which I should already have, but I don't have for whatever reason. And $5 chicken, although I should probably get 10. Currently is at $67 for 15 of these. Okay? But once I buy them, put them in a jar, put them with these ones, you don't have to worry about it for a long, long time. Plus I've got all the other ones in the house from like different brands or whatever, right? So when you want to make your little sidekicks, which at some point I'll be doing, this is the stuff you use. Right? This is the stuff you use with your homemade sidekicks and anything else you want to do. You know how I say pizza pockets and you want to make beef pockets? Well, you can make chicken pockets too. And you can use this stuff for that. Now it's going to settle. My son, oh, what time is it? 6 o'clock in the morning. Oh my God, Amari's coming up with new sounds. So this one takes a little more than that. It's a little different. So we'll just top it off. And because it's in a jar, it's going to stay good for years and years and years to come. And only the foolish will throw it away after I'm gone. Right? Well, I get punished for taking my bedroom and turning it into a pantry because I've been deprived of my pantry for almost 4 years downstairs, if you want to call it that. And I'm now willing to sell my clothes and all my fabrics and everything because it's not like I could wear my clothes for the last 14 years because of the yard. It wasn't like because I could sew anything with my fabric because of the yard for the last 14 years. And now I've got a whole brand new group of smash and grab Rias, more than one, coming in telling me to get rid of my shit. So a room can sit empty. Basically. And then when they force me and evict me out of this house, and I end up in a more worse situation than this with nothing, then they'll come in for the attack again and say that I can't provide for my grandkids because I have nothing. Yeah. And I'm living in a fucking storage unit. I'm just saying. Okay, because this one's got a different caking agent, it took 6 jars to basically fill it up. Yeah. 6. So that's alright. And because of the salt, can you hear him? And he's coming in with new sounds. Can you... Oh my god. It's making me jump. Yeah. You have to listen harder now. Because it's a new sound that you don't know if he's puking up bubbles and shit. Because he's playing with spittle. He's making sounds with his spittle. Because he's coming in with new sounds. Right? And he thinks it's funny. Now, if he was in a bedroom down the hall, I wouldn't hear him. I wouldn't hear him. Nope. No way. Can't hear shit. Nope. And, yeah. And when I was using those bedrooms, it's actually, to be honest with you, it's frightening. In terms of if a fire broke out, I couldn't open the door. No way. I couldn't get down the hall. No way. Because it would go. That. And if there's fire in the actual hall itself, because, you know, whatever, you open the door, you get the backdraft, right? Or you open the door and a whole bunch of smoke comes in. Oh my god. No. My best... well, I'm already on that path to try and work my way out of this house. Somehow, some way. But... I don't know. Okay, so what do they call this one? Broth mix. The other one is stock. This one's broth. And these come from the United States. Yeah. I like the stock one, the feel of it, better than the broth. But that's okay. Beef broth mix. Oh, this is disgusting. Anyway, don't be afraid to face the future, even if it's an ugly one. Yeah. Even if it's an ugly one. Okay. Alright. So, let's go on to the next jar. So beef stock. Oh, I guess I should put a date on these. I'm going to put them on 2024. Or maybe 2025. I bought them within the last. We'll just go to 2025. Could have been in the first part of the year. It doesn't matter. Only the foolish would throw them away. Yeah. Journal. Yeah. Only the foolish. Hold on. Okay, the other thing I would recommend is to get some parchment paper or, what is it called? Wax paper. Probably wax. And put, cover this, right? Because salt eats metal, right? Not that the salt is on the lid, but it's just maybe a good idea to cover that. So for now, I'm not going to worry about that right now because I have to cut them, right? Whether you use parchment paper or I would probably a wax paper, right? Because then paper will absorb moisture. This has a bit of moisture in it, but it has a lot of salt in it. So just to protect the lid from the salt, okay? So what we're going to do here now, though, since we've only got 2 of those left, okay, because, you know, I'm prepping my kitchen for those big cookouts, beef pockets and all that crap. So what we're going to do is and I stocked up on tapioca starch. I don't know, there was something else. Anyway, do you see this little bag of tapioca? Everything else is all put away. I have some in jars. I have some in long-term food storage. Trying to hide the dirty secret of miscellaneous things around the house. So this was the last one. So what we're going to do with these last 2 things here is we're going to make some instant gravy mix beef with the leftover of what I got. Now I do have tomato powder somewhere. Oh, good luck finding it. But when I find it, I can always add it in. You can add in the spices later if you want to add extra spices, yada yada. I don't have time for that right now. I'm on a mission to hide the dirt, to get rid of the garbage. You know, so I'm going to put that in there, and then we're going to put the remaining of this, which is half, into that, and the remaining of this into that, and then we're going to mix it up. We're going to put it in a jar, and we're going to call it beef gravy mix. Because of the tapioca starch to make gravy, right? And then as I'm going through my stuff in terms of that tomato powder is probably in that wall unit I was in the first part of this video. So when I find it, I would just open up this jar again, put it into a big bowl, and then throw in some of that tomato powder. Right? Or you can add it in after. This is just a basic beef gravy mix on the cheap. Okay, on the cheap. What's going on here? I don't know. Is it recording? Yeah, it's recording. I don't know what the hell's going on. Anyway, you can see that. So we're just going to mix it up as best as we can. Even though we can't see shit. Doctor made my eyes worse, most definitely. Oh yeah. That's being sabotaged from the inside. Yeah, very convenient that it got booked for October and the social workers show up and got me running around like a chicken without my head on. Right? Trying to bring on a freaking heart attack. Yeah. Bankrupt the house. Yeah. Put me into worse poverty than I'm already into worse poverty. Yeah. Evict me from my home. Yeah. Basically. Yeah. Yeah. If they have it their way. Yeah. If that's the direction they're taking it in. When they start taking away your assets and shit like that, doesn't matter what your asset is. It could be just a simple jar of like that. They don't have a right to tell you that you can't have it and to get rid of it because it's on the counter. Yeah, okay. Alright. Okay. So, if you want, you can taste it after the fact. It's something simple. This one I'll keep out. Like, for example, well, this is beef. So, maybe I should try and get a few more chicken. Maybe I'll get 10 chicken and 10 vegetable. Let's just see if I can taste anything with all that tapioca starch in it. It's fine. Perfectly fine. So now we're going to take that and we're going to put it in a jar and we're going to call it beef gravy mix. And if you want, can you hear that? That's a new sound. It scares me. Yeah. Because that one's not too bad. But some of this gurgling that he does, oh, I don't know. It's all new. Yeah. I guess I should try and break this up a bit more. I feel clumps in it. So just as long as it's blended in, and then you can add in more after. Whatever you want. You can add in thyme, onion powders, garlic if you want. Right, like in terms of making that gravy mix. Right. Tomato powder. Just put some water into your frying pan or whatever with your grease. If you're frying things, just put some water in a pot. Take a tablespoon or two of this, depending how much water you're doing. Bring it to a boil. It'll start to thicken because of the tapioca starch, right? What do you do? Oh my God. Right? And then just adjust it as you go. Yeah. This will be easy for Andre to use if he wants. And it tastes fine. Okay. could do that with each one if you wanted to. Right now I'm just trying to get rid of the dirty secrets. Okay. If you want color in there, you can brown some flour. You know how you put flour in a frying pan and you brown it? You can brown your flour and you can add in a little bit of color that way if you're so apt to have color. Right. Now I had a little paper towel. Let me just taste it one more time. That was enough spice. It was perfect. A pinch goes a long way. I can tell already. So that's good. Okay. And we can always fix it up a little more later if we want. Yeah. Instant gravy mix. There you go. Adjust to your taste. Yeah, it's white, but that's okay. When you start putting in beet powder, tomato powder, those kind of things, that's when you start getting more color. Right? It's only because of the tapioca. If you notice, there's a slight difference between the two. Where am I? Do you see the difference? It's because of the tapioca starch. But the amount of seasoning that I put in there in terms of that beef stock was just enough, really. I don't think you need much more than that. So, beef stock gravy mix, that's what I'm going to put down. Beef stock gravy mix tapioca. I always forget how to spell tapioca all the time. Yeah, all the time. I'm going to put starch. Tapioca starch. But you know it's got a beef stock gravy mix in it. So there you go. That's done. So I'm glad I stocked up on my starches. I did cornstarch, tapioca starch. Oh, I think there was something else I did too. So, alright. Get that done. Now, what's this? Oh yeah, this is beef stock. Oh, it's a broth. It's not a stock, it's a broth. Oh well. It's actually a broth. It's not a stock. This is a stock. This is a broth. Is there a difference in color? I don't know. Either or. Doesn't matter. Okay, so this one is labeled though. This one is labeled as a broth. Broth mix. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm missing these. That's crazy. Totally fucking crazy. Sorry, boo-boo crazy. Alright. There we go. 4 jars later, so far. Of the wide mouth. So I'm going to buy 10 vegetable. I should probably buy more than 10. Probably 12. Well, maybe 15, actually. I don't know. 10, 12. Just to compensate. Because it takes between 5 to 6 and a bit to fill up a whole jar. So, if I do 15, I could do a vegetable gravy mix too. And then we've got chicken. Not many though, so I think I'm going to wait. Because I got robbed. That girl robbed me. She fucking robbed me. Because I remember, I was having such a hard time buying beef. Couldn't, it was really hard to get it. And then when I finally did get it, I stocked up on it. Clearly you can see that. Because I already had the chicken and the vegetable, but it's gone. I know I used a few for the last time I did this with that other stuff, but I didn't use them all. No way. No, because that bitch was on my fucking bed. Underneath, moving things and getting into the boxes. She's so damn crooked. That's what I'm saying. Like, she stole all the sockeye salmons that were in boxes. She stole all the hams that were in boxes, except for that one box. She left me 3 hams when she took the freaking, what was it, 9 jars of, I think it was 9 jars of yeast from that one box, and then she threw in 3 cans of ham to fill up the box. Yeah, and but she stole all the ham from the bedroom. I've replaced it since then, except for what was behind the door. But when they were in boxes, they all disappeared. All the sockeye salmons disappeared, right? Anyway. And clearly this. She was stashing shit in the bedroom. She stashed the Mr. Noodles in there. Because I found the bag, right? And she stashed another bag in there with a whole bunch of crap in it that I'm going to have to go through and jar up or whatever. Because she was taking for herself. Okay, so what is this? Instant thickener. Instant thickeners. I have 4 boxes. So let's see what we can get with that. I need another paper towel. You can't get the wonton anymore. That's an old container. What does it say? Maybe it has a date on it. December 15th, 2010. But it's fine. Salt is a natural preservative. That's why you can't find it no more. 2010. I got a couple more kicking around. When I find them, I'll gather them up and I'll put them in a jar. I could actually open this up and put it in a jar now, but I'm going to look around because I'm pretty sure I got a couple of more of these kicking around. I just have to find them. Yeah. Buy it now. You might not find it 5 years from now. Companies are going out of business. Do you hear that? He sounds like Donald Duck. Are you my little Donald Duck now? Huh? Or is that your friend? That sounds like Donald Duck. Listen, you sounded scaring the pants off me. You don't even know. Andre's saying, calm down, Nana. That's just him. He's been doing that for a while. I'm like, yeah, I noticed, but it just, it makes me think that he's, you know, that's what it makes me think, but he's not. He's doing that on purpose. Holy crow. Now, anyway, if you're looking to keep it long term, doesn't matter how long, the best thing to do is get it out of the box. Get it out of the plastic. Oh, sure. Alright. There we go. Now this, honestly, if I wanted to, if you notice there's a bit of color there, it feels gritty. I don't know what the hell it's made out of. It's completely different. What's the ingredients on this? As if I could read it. How to prepare. You want to cut that out and put it in the jar. I don't know what kind of thickener this is. I don't know what it's made out of. It doesn't really have no taste. Gravy sauces. I want to know what it's made out of. What's the ingredients? Because it's nothing I can identify. No. Nothing I can identify. It's almost like a, to me it feels like in my mouth like a grain of some kind. You know, that's been finely ground up but not into a powder state. What's the ingredients? Ingredients, here we go. Potato starch, okay. Makes sense. Rice flour, I would say, yeah, makes sense. Caramel color, that's where they get their color from. If you really want color, use beet powder and tomato powder and that type of thing. Monoglycoside sulfate contains milk and sulfates. Okay. It doesn't have no flavor though because it has no spices. No. It's just a thickener. So in a situation like this, this is where I like those amber, right? Colored pint-sized jars where you can just have some on hand. But I don't have time for that. And I need to wash them, so I'm not worried about it. Let's just fill up one jar for now. Would I buy this again? I don't know. I don't even know how well it works for what it's worth. For what it's worth. But it filled 2 boxes, almost fills up a whole jar. So that's good. So as long as I can get 1 full jar full, and then whatever's left can go into a pint size. And then I keep that pint size out, I use it. If I decide I like it, I'll buy it again. If I don't like it, well, I'm just not buying it again. Right? Okay. So alright. Same stuff, right? Yeah. Instant thickener. It's the rice flour and the potato starch. And later on, I'll wash one of those little jars, the amber ones. Eventually I'll put it over there with the rest of the stuff. That's got a bunch of shit in front of it, where those social workers are complaining that there's shit on my counter. Well, yeah, this is because I'm sorting out stuff I'm putting there as I'm going about my business, putting them into different containers, so I know where they're at, depending on what it is that I'm coming into contact with. Anything to make you feel like shit. Alright. Okay. There we go. And when it comes to stuff like this, just cut out the directions how to prepare. It's not very big. Just put it in there. Where's the ingredients? See, I'm looking and then all of a sudden my eyes are just going like this. I can't focus on shit. No, can't focus on nothing. Oh my God. Are you listening to him? New sounds. New sounds. Yeah. I don't know what I'm reading here. I can't even focus, man. Anyway. Holy crumb. And they want to do eye surgery. Oh yeah, and I'm using that new drop again. That's not helping either. That's making it worse. Bring mixture to thickness to a boil, stirring constantly. Sprinkle in this. 3 tablespoons for every cup of water. But it has no flavor. You want to put the ingredients in there as well. Make the nutritional facts. Oh God. So you know what it is. But it has no taste. Not really. For the next person. So they're not foolish. Don't throw it away. There. Just put that on top of it. You can fold that in half. Fine. Put that on top. Put your lid on. I'm allergic to spices, perfumes, aerosols, obviously dust. That ginger was good, man. For ginger that old to have that kind of bite. Oh my God. Hold on. Okay, I'm looking online to see if I can find this. No, they don't make it anymore, I don't think. TNT doesn't have it. It's not on Amazon. I'm looking at the ingredients. Salt, corn syrup, solid, monosodium glutamate, hydrolyzed soya, corn, wheat, protein. Oh my lord. Codfish powder. Codfish powder. That's interesting. What else? Codfish powder. Sugar. Cornstarch. Canola oil. Spices. Color. Something else there. Yeast. No, I can barely read it. They don't make it anymore. Bone broth. I have a lot of that. I should have it downstairs too. I know where it is. Better be there when I go look for it. They're selling it at $70 for a container full. I don't see the one that I bought a long time ago. I have one container up here, but I've got a whole bunch downstairs too. Unless they've disappeared. Like, this is what I mean. People just fucking with my shit. There is a different kind of they're selling a case of tomato soup on Amazon. Just Campbell's 12 cans of tomato soup for $43. That's crazy. Totally crazy. Yeah. They have something Mitsu mild sodium miso soup varieties, 20 servings. I just took my old Mitsu, remember those days where I just took the old Mitsu that I had in the fridge and I dehydrated it all and I ground it all up and I jarred it up. It's all good to go. Yeah. Actually, I need to grab a couple of the, I have them somewhere around. Wonton soup. Ready to eat. No, we don't want the ready to eat one. We want wonton soup base mix 5 individual packets for $49. Huh. Yeah. Garden vegetable something. No, I'm looking for wonton. It's the codfish. It must be the codfish that makes it so special in terms of that quote-unquote taste. Yeah. I'm not going to open that until I look around and see if I can find a couple more. Because I'm pretty sure I have a couple more. I probably have in that pantry by the fridge. A couple of them. But you can't even really buy Canadian-owned plant-based workshop instant soup base for Japanese ramen. They want 23 bucks for that. Yeah. This stuff is expensive. But if you store it away properly, it lasts a long time, forever, really. With the salt. The salt is a natural preservative. Yeah. So is sugar. I don't see no wonton in here. Except for that other one. And they wanted, what, 50 bucks for 5 little packs? Oh, boy. You gotta have a good income for that. Yeah. I don't see anything here. If you Google the brand, wonton soup mix, you get images from back in the day. Right. Wonton, we'll put soup mix. I put stocks. We'll see. Coors wonton soup mix. They don't make it anymore. I don't think so. Chicken wonton soup. Oh wait, what's this one? $11, Amazon. Let's go here. Same where I was before. Same thing, bring me to the same thing. Wonton soup base mix, 40 grams. $12. It's on sale. Was $12.99. This doesn't tell you. Oh, 150 grams. So this is 150 grams. In order to buy this today, based on 40, so 40, 80, 120, we'll just say 160, so 12, 24, 36, 36, you'd have to spend about $46 or so to get that much of wonton soup base. Yeah. Talk about a bloody ripoff. Now, if you wanted to cheat and make your own, being that it's got codfish powder in it, I'm just saying, you know those shrimp flakes that you can get from Asian stores? Shrimp flakes. They're really fine. They're like fine tissue paper that are made from shrimp. Obviously dehydrated, right? I have some. I never reuse them. But in a situation like this, you can just take whatever soup base you want as a base and just throw in some shrimp flakes or something similar to that. You can get your wonton soup base. Otherwise, you're looking at 50 bucks just to get about that much. When I probably bought it was no more than $2 or $3 10 years ago, if that. I'm just saying, like, that's just crazy. $49, 6 packs, wonton soup base mix, 5 individual per pack. This says 6 packs. So I guess you get 6 packs with 5 individual packets for $50 bucks. Let's look at that one. 5 packets wonton soup base mix. And then quick Vietnamese food chicken flavored faux soup base. 10-ounce jar. 1 unit. $30. Well. It won't tell you what the ingredients are, I think. Wait, let's see if we can see what the ingredients are with theirs. Where's the ingredients? What, they blurred them out. Wait, here we go. Oh my God. My eyes are bouncing around. Okay, ingredients. You ready? For the one that's, the little individual packets. Salt, glucose monosodium glutamate, vegetable extracts, onion and Napa cabbage, sugar, onion powder, so you'd use a vegetable base, right? Soup base, right? Hydrogenized protein, soya corn, wheat, caramel color, spice, disodium something, disodium something, disodium something, kelp extract, sesame seed oil. Doesn't even say codfish powder. Anyway. Okay. They got lamb on sale. $6.99 a pound. New Zealand short cut lamb leg. I should get that for Amari in Canada. He's been up since 4 o'clock this morning, and it's now going on 10 minutes to 8. As I'm looking at lamb here, thinking to buy it and can it, because I have 2 cases of 250 ml jars, as I'm worried about the social workers using him as a tool to threaten to take him away because Andre and I want to sell things. Yeah. So we can work our way out of this house. Right? Versus having to have our shit, my shit, trashed, locked up like a dirty secret in some freaking storage room that I can't get to, or whatever, or just give it away, or whatever. Yeah, okay. Like, none of it's making any sense. I'm not running the streets. I'm not doing drugs. I'm not sleeping around. I clean. Right, Amari? And, yeah. I don't drink very often. And when I do, it's usually just a beer. Because that's all I can handle. Like, seriously, man. Okay, so I guess we're on one of these detours here. So I'm looking at the lamb leg shortcut frozen at $6.99 a pound. If I was to buy it fresh, they're selling it at same type of cut. I just seen it. Where is it? Fresh lamb leg cut fresh. It's at oh my God, $9.79 a pound. I'm looking for a shoulder cut, as if I know what I'm talking about. Right? And they don't really have that much to choose from. Now, what I'm thinking in terms of nutrients, it's just a different kind of meat that the fresh one, I'm pretty sure that says $9.79 a pound. Oh no, it's out of stock anyway, so forget it. You can't even get it even if you wanted to. So, okay, I'll just pass on that, right? Who cares? Oh my Lord. Boneless leg for $10.99 a pound. But I'm thinking to get 2 packs of the bones. And if this has got bone, which it would, I'm thinking to buy 2 of those, stew up the bones, go for that lamb collagen. Whether I use it with the meat, canning it in the 250 ml size jar, it depends. Well, I would. I'd do the bone broth first. I'd make a collagen bone broth with it. And then I'd half cook the lamb. Like what I'd do, this is the way I'd do it. I'd unthaw the legs, and I'd probably buy 2 of them. Just because I've got 24 jars, so it's not like I couldn't process 2 of them. Because I would suspect they're not very big, right? They're not going to be very big, and if they got a bone in it, well, so, and they're coming in at $35 each, so $70 worth of lamb, another $12 worth of bones, so that's $82, right? I'd unthaw the meat, I'd debone it, I'd start cooking the bones for the 24-hour period with a low amount of water, just enough to get that rich, deep collagen bone broth, like we did with the turkey and the chicken claws. And then I'd use that bone broth, the collagen bone broth, with the lamb that I would half cook, right? Or I'd heat up that bone broth, have my chunks of lamb. It depends how fatty it is. So maybe I'd give it a quick fry just to fry off a bit of the grease, but not too much of it, because you kind of want that, right? And then I'd just put them in the jars, and I'd fill them up with that collagen bone broth. And that basically would be for amari, and then I wouldn't have to worry about buying lamb for any like I got a little bit, just a little teeny bit in my freezer, but not very much. Not very much. Yeah, leg Australian lamb. They got free from shortcut leg Australian lamb for $53. So if I do that, I'm at $160 already. And I'm creating myself more work. So when the social workers show up on Thursday, because everything will align itself where I'll be right in the middle of doing that. What are you doing? Well, I'm canning lamb now for amari. I told you last time I seen you, I did the collagen with the chicken claws and the turkey, and now I'm doing the lamb for amari with the collagen from the bones and the meat, because it's a different type of meat that's easy to digest, and it has different properties in it that could help with his weight gain. I'm like, fuck, man, like, take me to court for fucking doing that stupid shit in a non-functioning kitchen, and then putting it in my bedroom as I'm taking stuff out so I can sell it, so I can work my way out of this house before more people rob me of this and rob me of that, because that's basically all that's been happening. And now you guys are just doing a similar kind of thing, but you're just trying to do it in a different kind of freaking way, and you hide behind a government that's corrupt so that you can do it. Like, how do you people even sleep at night? Like, seriously, you want to lock us up in fucking bedrooms all by ourselves? When the fire comes, we have to jump out a window that's 20 feet off the fucking ground? Like, give your head a shake. So the lamb is $70. Okay, I'm going to get mad and I'm going to do it. The bones are $15. But we're going for that collagen, okay? Instant stock mix, chicken flavor. I'm only getting 5 because I got a couple. I'll fill up one jar. I got all those other ones. I'm good to go. If I want, I can get it another day. But I am definitely going to pick up 12 of the vegetable stock because that's the one that you, actually I'm going to do 15 because that's the one that you want to build in if you wanted like a wonton soup base for your wonton soup that you may make at home by yourself. I'm just saying, you know, you can simply use that base with some fish flavor to it. You can either use a fish sauce that you buy in a bottle and sprinkle that in just a tad bit if you wanted to, or you could take those when I find them. They're in my room somewhere. I've got some in a jar somewhere, and I've got some in a bag. When I find the one that's floating around in my room that's in a bag, I'll bring them out, put them in a jar, and that's what we're going to use them for, okay? And plus, I've got some in a jar somewhere kicking around, and a little bit of kelp, okay? And I got lots of different types of seaweeds in the house. There you go. There's your wonton freaking soup base, okay? Because otherwise, you're paying $50 for it somewhere else. I'm just saying. And from what I just read, compared to the way they used to make it, I think the secret to wonton soup base is something fishy. You need something fishy in there. Codfish powder sounds fishy to me. Okay? So I'm going to be spending $68 on soup stocks with the vegetable mix. $22.50 for the chicken. $70 for the lamb. Legs with the bone, which I'm going to use, with the other bones that I buy for $15 to make that rich lamb collagen broth that I can infuse with the lamb, which will be partially, at least half cooked. At least half. And then whatever the juices leak out from that, you distribute it evenly between your jars. Right? And depending on how fatty it is, you can cut off a bit of fat and you can render it and then you can freeze it if you wanted to. I'm just saying. Right? So right now the bill is $174. Just for those things. But I'll probably I'll get more than 12 jars of lamb, I'm pretty sure, between those 2 legs, and extra collagen broth, more than likely, which I'd be happy with. Yeah. And I'm saving about $3 per pound, $2.50 per pound. And these little legs are coming in at about 2.5 to 3 pounds per leg. So you multiply that by 2, so 250 is 5. Well, I'm just rounding things off in my head. 5, 10, I'm saving myself maybe about $15 or so. I'm thinking, wait, let me just go back and see. What's the poundage on it? Approximate weight. Average weight 2.2 kg. Oh, okay, so every kg is 2.2 pounds, right? So that's 5 pounds. So I'm going to have about 10 pounds of lamb, and that's including the bones. So we'll just say 10 pounds of lamb. I'm saving $2.50 a pound. if I was to buy it some other way, and that's on the low ball, right? Because it can go up even higher than that. $13.99 a pound, $15.99 a pound, blah 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 blah. Okay, so in this situation, saving $25 maybe, around that, give or take. That's not bad. And I'll get more than 12 jars of something. 250 mil. It's just takes up counter space, jars pile up, and then it's done. And I don't have to worry about buying lamb anytime soon, unless I want it fresh, which isn't quite necessary because I got in the freezer still. But when that runs out in the freezer, because sometimes I like to just use fresh, right? But the little jars in his, when I'm doing his stuff, it's great. I love it. It works out really well. Now I could do duck, because last time I was going to do this, I was going to do lamb and duck, but I'm not going to do the duck. I'm going to wait on the duck, but I want to see how much the duck is. Right? I don't need duck right now. I still have to do the fish skins. I don't know. We'll see. Duck is where's the duck? I don't see duck. They don't even have duck. Baby girls. What the hell is that? No. I want duck. Let me just see for the duck. Duck. Maybe they don't have duck. Maybe you have to buy the duck when they have it. Here we go. Okay, duck is now $4.28 a pound. So to buy one duck, it's $24.85, and to buy a utility frozen duck, it's $4.08 a pound. But I'm not worrying about duck right now. The lamb I might do, just because I can get quality food out of it, right? And in terms of nutrients, well, they're not bad. So for 113 grams, and I could weigh it out. This time I could weigh it out, right? In terms of 200 grams per jar of of lamb. Yeah, that's the thing though, every meat is different, eh? When I was weighing out the meat and filling up the jars, between the chicken and the beef, when I did that, between the two, they come in different in terms of weight. Beef is a whole lot heavier than chicken. Oh yeah. You can even feel it in the jars. Anyway, I'm going to try and weigh it in, right? So 10% iron, thiam is 8%, riboflavin is 25%, vitamin B is 25%, vitamin B12 is 120%, panthenate 10%, phosphorus is 20%, magnesium 10%, zinc 45%, and selenium 50%. Ingredients: shortcut leg ham, shortcut lamb leg. The question is, do I want to spend the money? But if I buy it now, I don't have to worry about it. But you know what? Maybe, you know what, people? If these so-called professional people want to implode my house from the inside and force me to throw out, basically. When you give it away, you might as well just throw it out. So that rooms can sit empty, basically, while you own nothing. And you're expected to move into higher rent with a high debt load and not even having an opportunity to try and liquidate what you do own, being that you're forced into deeper poverty no matter how you slice it, unless of course you want to be seedy, a sexy mama. I'm just saying, right? You know, ooh la la, or a criminal, then, or corrupt, just in general, for bonuses and kickbacks, and to keep your job, like a, you know, High Hitler, right? And to keep your job. One step away from the concentration camp. They're just called homeless shelters, assuming that you can get in. And if you can't, then you're hunted out on the streets and you're lured to your death sooner or later. Sooner or later, they'll call your number. People are disappearing all over. A whole lot in the United States of America. Can't find too many of those videos on YouTube, though. I don't know. Alright, what a harrowing experience I just had. My little Houdini baby has found a new magic trick. Oh yeah. We've been trying to use pull-ups over a diaper, right? Because double diapering him doesn't necessarily always work, right? So, because, you know, back in the day I was, you know, just taking a break from the huggies that I get from the quote-unquote government through that at-home program. I bought Pampers, but I bought different sizes, size 7, size 6, and I guess there was a pack of pull-ups or something. I don't know. Anyway, I did a diaper and then a pull-up. So for the last couple of days, we've been trying that out to see if it helps. In terms of the leaking part, I don't know. You know what the little bugger did when I was here talking about the lamb and everything? He stuck his hands underneath the pull-up and ripped out his diaper and was playing with it. And he doesn't mind poo smells because if you change him, you put the diaper up on the sewing table and you forget about it, because, you know, whatever, and you come back and he grabbed it and he's got it. Ugh. So, you know, it's like you can't leave diapers around, not even for a second, right? Just by accident. Anyway, well, I don't know how he did it, but he stuck his hands in there and he ripped it out, the whole freaking diaper. Like, you know how you go, like, you know, you just, like you know, a card trick, right? You know, you got a table full of stuff and you pull out the tablecloth with everything still on the table. That's what he did with the diaper, and he playing with it. It's a good thing it wasn't full of poop. It had a little bit in it, but not a lot. Oh my God. So of course I had to clean. Oh. Not that I've been doing it since day one, right? So, you know, it's just part of that daily grind. I had to change all the blankets and everything, and da-da-da, just because, and I had to wipe him down with, you know, and now he smells like Irish Spring, right? Because, you know, I took face cloth and wet it and wipe him down, and then put some soap and wipe him down, and wipe him all up, wipe. I changed his shirt, and now he's in a diaper with another pull-up with a pair of shorts on because he pulled off his I bought these. They're like a rubber pant, but they're not a rubber pant. Anyway, he took that off. I don't know. Don't ask me how he did it, but he did. And then he took his hands and he stuck them underneath the pull-up and ripped out the diaper and then was playing with the diaper. All in a space of maybe 5 or 10 minutes. As I was sitting here talking about this stuff. Well, now he's all cleaned up and everything. Everything's been changed, and I got another pile of blankets to wash again. Everything that he was laying on, not including what's already in the wash machine. So I'll be doing that at some point today. And then I'll be hanging it up. Yeah. As I'm being told I don't do enough. Yeah. Okay, so now I brought my bill up to $200 and looks like $29. Because I'm such an irresponsible human being. I'm hoarding food. Lamb that I'm going to can in jars for Amari. And I'm going to can up this little bit leftover stock. So 15 containers of the vegetable and just 5 of the chicken. I'm going to get the 2 legs of ham, the 2 legs of lamb for $70 and just be done with it, right? Of course, 2 jugs of milk, another whipping cream, 1 bag of avocado that's on sale, with another bag of naturally imperfect avocados, which is a little more money, but whatever, I'm going to try it. Apparently you get PC points a little bit back on that, so whatever. And then I think what I'm going to do is when I feel that they're ripened, I'm just going to throw them into the freezer whole. Because the last bag that I just bought, like, not even within the last week, it's already gone. And Amari's been, and they were small, kind of, they weren't really even that big avocados. Either or, Amari's been eating the avocado. But I have to be careful with them. Because they don't necessarily always ripen properly, right? So as soon as I think they're somewhat ripe, just if because I'm buying double batch, right? Then I'm going to freeze. Otherwise, I'd probably have to. Oh my God! What the heck was that? I gave him a bottle. Hold on a minute. He's still bouncing around. He's been up since 4, and now it's going on 9:30 in the morning. So anyway, I'm going to try that because, right? See what happens. Original, and then I'm going to get a little bit of toilet paper. 2 bags of oranges for $9. They're on sale right now. Yeah. $229.33. And when you start creeping up like that, you might as well go for the $300 and get your free gift. Like, honestly, that's kind of how I feel about it. That's and if you can scoop up on a few more PC points as you do that, you do that. But it's almost like I'm at the point now, and it shouldn't have to be this way, where whatever I'm doing is going out the door. It's going out the door. If it's not sitting on the porch, it's being given away. If it's not being given away, it's being thrown out. Yeah. and I'll lose my house. Because it will never be enough. That's the way I'm starting to think about it, because they keep adding on more shit just for the sake of adding on more shit. And they can't force us to do something that's not conducive. Amari's supposed to be in a room by himself since 4 o'clock this morning, wide awake, playing with the dirty diaper when I might just wander in. Because you can't see it if it's a baby monitor. I heard him, like, he was, like, just making a different kind of noise. So I went to go check on him, because that's what I've been doing. I've been moving him, right, because he keeps moving. Like, you know, I put him here, and he's right up back over there. I have to check, make sure he's not, you know, trying to get off the couch, because he will do that if he wants to. But the way it is right now, he doesn't, right, because Andre's there. So he's just happy to be close to Andre. But, you know, and then the different sounds. And now he's coming in with different sounds that, like, sound like gurgling. Like, holy crumb, you know. I go running to see, and I'm like, Andre, what is that? Oh, he's just doing that. He's just been doing that, Nana. Since when? Oh, he's been doing it for a while. Well, I'm really noticing it now, right? And then it was a different sound. Just, you heard him there coughing with his, drinking his bottle. Right? You can't do that with him down the hall, man. You'd be lucky to hear anything. I can't even hear people coming in through my front door and sneaking off and stealing shit from my hall. Okay? I can't hear the raccoons come in until they are pulling the bucket out the freaking door. Right? You can't expect somebody to sit there and look at a computer screen with a baby monitor 24/7. Well, okay, we'll just say for 5 hours straight while he's in the room, and you sit there and watch. Forget about the dishes, forget about cleaning, because the social worker's going to come and tell you, even if you clean, that you didn't clean, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's stupid. It's stupid. And that woman, that social worker, she planted herself right next to Marina. I found that interesting. I didn't realize that until after I came in and sat down. But if I would have went to a different seat, she would have been sitting right next to Marina. And what do you think that means? Oh, you already know what that means. I didn't have this problem until she moved in, and all my shit ended up outside. Social workers, they failed to acknowledge that. They failed to acknowledge what happened with the city, with the throwing everything out with that. They failed to acknowledge what happened with Rhea and how that disrupted everything, and, you know, and yada-de-yada. They don't care about that. They failed to acknowledge that I need that to sell, to make money, so I can pay down bills and get the hell out of this house, teach Andre about math, different types of math, how to run a business, set up a business, yada-de-yada, which doesn't happen instantly, right? They don't care about that. They don't care about anything. They just care about what they care about. As she's telling me to go get a lawyer. Yeah, right. So you want me to go do OnlyFans? Is that it? Is that how it's going to rock? I'll be doing it out on the streets because I'll lose my house because of these people. And so whatever I'm buying today is mute. It's pointless. I shouldn't buy it. Honest to God, I shouldn't buy it. It's a waste of money. It's in jeopardy of being destroyed, thrown in the garbage, given away, left out on the road, doing the work for my landlord, clearing out the house. Yeah. This is where it gets hard for me to buy things because I don't need Cheese Whiz. You know, to bring it up to that $300 mark since I'm so close to it, right? But you get 2,000 points if you spend $20 or more. But I have a little bit of Cheese Whiz, but I'm trying to avoid buying it because it's not really, you know, the best product, right? If you're gonna buy cheese, you might as well just buy good cheese. So I got a couple of jars if I want it. So I got a couple downstairs too. At this point, eventually I might not have anything at the rate I'm going. I'm serious. I'm so fucking serious. Yeah. When I got home from that day, I said, went downstairs, I gave her Marina that food. I said, I guess you're going to inherit a whole bunch of fabric. And I'm like, you do realize I have really beautiful, beautiful fabric. You know how I felt saying that to her? Well, I'm thinking in my mind she wouldn't give a jack shit because she doesn't appreciate anything that I have. She just wants to fucking get rid of it. Turns out that she wanted Aunt Marcaine to take her last name when they got married. That's what I mean. Like, she wants to remove everything that's related to Marcaine and his family, basically, including his last name. So, like, would she appreciate the fabric? Probably not. Only if she really liked it. And even then, I'm still trash in her mind. I'm the problem, even though it's my house and I'm being kicked out of it. If you notice, I'm the only one on the freaking run here. You don't see my son worrying about his shit since he's been born. Not once since he's been born has he ever had to worry about me going in there and taking his shit and tossing it out, giving it away, or anything like that. If anything, he takes my stuff, right, over the years. Mom, do you have this? Mom, do you have that? Yeah, right? But it's me that's on the run. Yeah. And I'm expected just to throw out $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 worth of shit. To be harassed within a year or two over something else. Or what? It'll be my eyes next time? Or it'll be that I have to move and there's no affordable housing and I got nowhere to go, so because of that, I can't go to a shelter with Amari because he's disabled and he doesn't qualify to be in a shelter. Because of the corruption within our housing market. Yeah. Andre can go, I can go, but Amari can't. Rhea can go with her 3 kids, right? Little ones. They can go from shelter to shelter to shelter. But I can't with Amari. What makes Rhea so special? Oh yeah, she steals from people in large quantities. $500 cowhides. Big 1-size-gallon jars of maple sugar. Whole bolts of fabric. And we're talking fine fabric. Yeah. So I guess that makes it okay, right? Yeah. I shouldn't feel ill for buying this. Lamb is a good thing for Amari. I have the jars, I have the time. Well, yeah, kind of. It might get me into trouble because of whatever, but because nobody's going to see the value in it, that's for sure. And if they do, they just want to take control of it as if they own it and get rid of it however they feel that they have the right to get rid of it. That's why I didn't want to come home when I left that meeting. Because it's like you're dead and you're watching all these vultures eating your body. I can't really do anything about it. Because you're dead. In their eyes, you are dead. You have no human rights. You have nothing. You're dead. The only thing you have is what they can take from you. whether it's your body or your belongings, or in this case, the house. Yeah. I could buy a whole bunch of chips, pay $2.99. Limit of 4. Whoop-de-doo. I'm trying to avoid chips, though. Make our own chips. Anyway, I will make my decision. Honestly, I'm not really in the mood to be spending $300, but then I'm also not in the mood to be spending $230 either. I can do it, and once it's done, I won't be buying lamb for a long time, that's for sure. And I sure in hell, and if I do, it'd only be just a small packet for $15, and that would be it, only because I wanted it fresh. Outside of that, I won't need it. And as for any soup stocks, bases, all that crap, I won't need it. I won't need that for a very, very, very long time. That would be the last time I buy that crap for a very long time. And that's the beauty of doing the food prep and then storing your stuff correctly where it can stay for years and years and years and years and years. But as soon as you accumulate anything of worth, whether it's fabric, vintage clothes, vintage books, appliances, whatever, food, in comes the vultures. Weather-worn wood that somebody else can use, but not you. In comes playground equipment that you can't use, but somebody else can use. I don't know what I want to do. Does it matter? If you're going to lose it, you're going to lose it. If you're going to lose it, you're going to lose it. So what does it matter whether you buy it now or you don't? If you're going to lose it, you're going to lose it. The ones that want to hurt you and control you will make you lose it. And they will call you the problem. They will call you the problem. So it looks like I can get it today. And you know what? I am so damn depressed. I might just do it. Between 8 and 9 sounds good to me. Why wait till tomorrow when I can have it today and work on it tomorrow and get going on it? Well, at least I'm not using my credit card. And I'm not taking it to the $300 mark because I'm really not in the mood to be spending money, and there's really nothing else that I need right now. But I do this for Amari because I said I was going to do it for him. Yeah. So now I'm going to place the order. Who cares? $240. Whoop-de-doo. Who cares? I'm sure somebody will be happy to get that crap after it's all said and done and put into jars. Yeah. And then I'm going to get that high spice, because I just kind of want to get it all done, right? I don't want to come back and do it again in a month from now. And I got PC points on that those broths and stocks, so I get a little bit of money back. So that's good. Builds up on my PC points. I might need that to eat when I'm homeless out on the street and I've got no money and I'm sitting on the curb and I'm freaking hungry. I can just go to Canadian Superstore and hitchhike there. I can hitchhike there and go in and grab a sandwich and use my PC points to pay for it. But you have to pay a little bit of cash, I think. So I better make sure I have a bit of cash. So I better get my hustle on, eh? Yeah. Pretty much. So I'm going to go in my room and I'm going to get the Highs seasoning salt. I'm going to put those in the regular mouth-sized jars. And I'm going to wash a few more wide mouth jars for the next batch to come, because like I said,